What's up, y'all? Today I wanted to talk about how to make a little side money for all you ladies out there who want to keep it cute and professional while you get a little bag on the side. Now, there are tons of side hustles to start, but I wanted to talk about the side hustle for women in administration. So if you're currently an administrative professional looking to start your own business on the side, or if you simply prefer admin work as opposed to other side hustles, then keep watching for the tea. Also, stay to the end for bonus tea on how to beat out the competition and to market your business properly. Now, there are two categories of service to consider when starting an administrative side hustle. The first category is consultative. So consultative basically is like consulting, but this area is usually at a higher price point, so you can charge more for your services. But it requires a lot more skills on your part. So you have to know a lot more on your part and be a lot more advanced in what area you choose to focus on. But the downside to this category is that there's a lower need for it. So not too many companies or professionals or entrepreneurs, businesses are hiring outside help for consultative services. Usually these types of people are hired in-house. They are, full-time employees working at the company. They don't typically outsource for this, but there are still a lot of companies that do outsource for this, but it's just gonna be a little bit, harder to get started if you go into the consultative category. So the next category to consider with starting an administrative business is the service category. Now, this category, you have to offer a lower price point, but you don't have to be as skilled as a consultant, and the demand for these types of things are a lot higher, okay? Services are particularly things that business professionals, CEOs, entrepreneurs, people like that, they don't have time to do these types of things themselves, and so they hire outside help to do it for them. So let's get into some side hustles for each of these categories so you can see which one fits the bill for you. So under the consultative category, we have the first one is marketing. So you can start up a marketing side hustle for businesses. Marketing can include things like social media marketing. You can even help people do email marketing. Print media is not too popular nowadays, so I would just stick with maybe, like I said, email marketing and social media marketing, internet marketing, digital marketing, things like that. If you have a background in these types of things, then this is a really good industry to get into to start, and this is considered administrative. So the next side hustle under the consultative category is design. You can do all sorts of designs. You can do digital designs for companies. You can do graphic design, logos, interior design, designing for advertisements like ad placements, promotions, YouTube thumbnails, social media graphics. So design is really good because a lot of companies don't really hire in-house designers, because unless they have a continuous need for that, unless it's a type of business that needs continuous designers to be, cranking out designs and things like that. Other than that, if that's not the case, then they'll typically hire outside for that type of thing. So designers are very much needed. You can even design t-shirts and graphics, logos for people, especially creators. Like a lot of creators like to sell their own merchandise, and so you can be the person to create their own graphics for their merchandise that they sell to their followers. So this is a really good industry to get into for sure, if you know how to design. So the next side hustle under the consultative category is accounting. So you can do accounting for small businesses, large businesses. You can do bookkeeping. You can help people with their taxes. So something to note with accounting is that it's a very highly automated type of job. Nowadays, people are utilizing automation to take care of their accounting tasks. So you want to think about, if you choose to go into accounting, like if that's your background, you want to think about how to go into accounting as a consultant rather than just as somebody who crunches numbers. You want to be somebody who actually solves problems for your client. Now, all of these categories, like I mentioned, accounting, design, and marketing, these are considered consultative because you're going to be speaking to your clients. You're going to be talking to them. You're going to be strategizing with them. You're going to be figuring out their needs. You're going to be getting a bigger picture from them, and with what they give to you, you're going to crank something out for them. So this is a more higher level these are more higher level hands-on types of jobs that require communication and things like that. So that's why I consider all of these consultative. But let's go into the more easier types of services that you could offer under the administrative category if you want to start your own side hustle, something that's a lot easier to get into, something that doesn't require too much background and expertise on your part, and that's much easier to get started really quickly. All right, so let's go into the services category of the administrative side hustle. So before I get into a list of services that you can provide, I do want to mention that you can either provide concierge service, so, and a la carte, like, you know, you only provide one thing, or you can provide more of a full service model for your business. It just depends on what you're comfortable with doing. So the first type of administrative side hustle you can start is a travel arrangements business. You can provide travel arrangements for small or large businesses, or for individuals, maybe for entrepreneurs, for people who are always traveling. You know, celebrities are always traveling. This is something that a lot of people who don't really have time to sit down and actually plan their own travel arrangements, they need this type of service. Believe it or not, even though we're in the internet digital age, a lot of people don't have time to, you know, book their own flights and their own hotels and figure out where to go and things like this. So this is still a good viable market to get in. So the next service that you can offer in the administrative field is mail listing updates. If your client is small to large businesses and they have an email list, or they have just a list of potential leads for their businesses, and they need you to send out emails on a consistent basis, and they want real-time emails, and they want you to, you know, take care of their email list for them, fix it, update it, and manage it, then this could be a very viable job. You might even be writing emails for them. Now if you go more into the writing emails and things like that, that might drop more into the consultative category, because you're gonna have to actually be communicating with your client, asking them what types of messages that they want you to be sending out to their clients, or their potential leads. So that would definitely require a little bit more skill on your part, but this is still something that can be considered a concierge type of service that you can offer. So the next administrative side hustle that you can start is a data entry side hustle. And this could be data entry for small or large businesses. Pretty much almost every business needs data entry of some sort. It could be anything from you keeping inventory for them, or you updating employee information in their database. There's just a whole list of different types of data entry jobs that you can think of that you can actually offer as a service for your side hustle. And if you actually do that right now, or you've done it in the past, and you'll know, okay, well, I did data entry for this, then maybe that can be a market that I can get into. But this is definitely one of those jobs where most professionals don't want to do it themselves. They'll be willing to hire somebody to outsource the job for them, you know. So the next idea that I don't think a lot of people think that is an actual business and a viable business is a product description writer. Especially if you're targeting more of the e-commerce industry. So a lot of entrepreneurs or small businesses that have online businesses, and that they, you know, have products and it's an actual product-based business, and if they have a ton of products, if they have a really large online store, writing descriptions for products is tedious. I've done it before in the past for my own business, and it was so tedious. But it's important. It's an important aspect of having an online store. You want it to be as professional as possible. You want to give people as much description as possible regarding your products. But this is something that typically an entrepreneur, like a business owner, would not want to do themselves. And so you can be the one to offer that service. Hey, I can write your product descriptions for you. You don't have to worry about this. And it's something that you can easily offer. And I know it's a really viable service, because let me tell you, it's so tedious to do that. It's so annoying, especially if you have a lot of products. Nobody wants to sit there and, you know, type away, you know, describing each and every product that they offer. If you're an entrepreneur, you have other things you got to work on. So that's something that you will easily outsource to somebody else, and you could be the one to do that. So the next administrative side hustle idea you can come up with is to do event planning. You can do corporate event planning, you can do private events like weddings, or even smaller events. For instance, you could start an event planning company for influencers who want to meet up with their followers. A lot of influencers like to meet up with their followers, but you know, maybe they're so busy they don't have any time to just plan and you know, plan the arrangements for that. So you can be the person who handles all of the logistics around planning for their meetup, for them to meet up with however many followers that they have or that they want to meet up with, and you can plan all of the events and the coordinations and the travel arrangements in regards to an influencer meetup. Maybe you can have an influencer meetup event planning company. I think it's a really cool business idea, and it segues very perfectly into my bonus tea tip of the video. If you've stayed until the end, I've got some real good tea, all right? So you wanna listen to this, okay? So regardless of what you choose, whether you go with the more consultative segment of the administrative field or you go into more services-based administrative work, you wanna make sure that you choose a niche within whatever business, whatever market that you go into, okay? Choose a niche. If you go with the event planning option that I just spoke about, you can choose only women influencers who are in the fitness niche. And you only target those people. So for this, your offer can be, I help fitness influencers connect with their fans and their followers in order to build lasting relationships and repeat clients. Because think of it this way, a woman influencer who is in the fitness niche, she has her own business herself. And so a part of her business is serving her clients, her followers, her customers, right? And so she wants to, one of her pain points is making sure that she continues to connect with her followers and her clients so that they can continue using her services. So you can be the one to help with this situation and say, hey, I can provide a service to help you connect with your customers and your followers by meeting up with them, and this will help build lasting relationships with them and also repeat customers. So this is an example of having an actual niche market and targeting those particular people, okay? This will help you stand out from the competition. It'll help you beat the competition because you're in your own lane and you're focusing on one particular target audience, and then you have one particular target, very specific offer, okay, that only you can have. So this is why niching down, regardless of what business you choose, is the most important thing to do. And the key is to go into a niche that you have prior experience with so that you can market yourself better. Like I mentioned with data entry, if you were doing data entry for medical, in the medical field, and you were like doing data entry for specific codes regarding medications, go into that field. That's more specific, you know. If you were doing digital design for pet businesses, then go into the pet business industry if you have experience with that. You know what I'm saying? So you want to go with something that you really know. That way you can formulate your marketing language and your communications a lot better, and that way your potential clients will know that you understand them and you understand their needs and their pain points. It'll help you stick out a lot better in the market, and it will help you defeat your competition, no questions asked. So if you enjoyed this side hustle tea for administrative professionals, go ahead and throw me a like, subscribe to join the tea party, and until next time, y'all,